Welcome to another session of non-verbal reasoning for competitive examination. Non-verbal reasoning includes figures and numbers for logical reasoning and analytical thinking. So let's go with the first question. Which series follows the simple rule that the images become progressively simpler from left to right? As you move from left to right, the figure should be simpler. At each step, the figure should become more and more simple. So, 4 sets of figures 1, 2, 3, and 4. Which one follows the rule? Now, here this one. B to C is actually becoming more complicated from here. And these two figures are the same. They are just rotated. So, this is rejected. Here, this one is becoming more complicated because you are dividing them into more number of parts. And this one are same thing. They are actually the same figure divided into 4 parts. So this is also rejected. Here, this and this are similar. Both are same. Only the triangle is inverted. This one is rejected. The only one thing we have is the right option, where first the curve disappears, then one of the diagonals disappear, and then the other diagonal also disappears. From here we get this simpler and simpler figure, ultimately ending in a rectangle without the semicircle and without any diagonal. Right option is number 3. Which answer figure will continue the series as established by the problem figure? There is the problem figure A, B, C, D, E. Now, if you have a figure F here, which one should be it? Whether it should be 1 or 2 or 3 or 4 or 5. You have to choose from the answer figure that figure which will continue the series. Now, we can see that inside each box, we have a set of shapes. We have a circle, a triangle, an equal sign, and a cross sign. And they follow a certain sequence. Let us see the first sequence. Circle, then triangle, then cross, then equal. That means all the 4 shapes are finished. And again, we are beginning with the circle. So, after circle, we have to do the figure which has a triangle. So, only this figure has triangle in this position. Actually, we can also test with the second line, but it's not necessary since we have got the answer. Circle, triangle, cross, equal. That finishes all the 4 shapes. And again, we are beginning with circle. So, after circle, we must be getting triangle at the top. So, the only one where the figure, the only option where we are getting the triangle is number 1. Next one. Here, let us see the next figure in the sequence. After this, which figure will come? We see that the brackets, opening bracket, and here we have a closing bracket. And also see, one is a straight line, others are semicircles or arc. And the straight line goes on shifting. It is at the left end, then it moves one space forward, that moves another space forward, then it moves still yet another space forward and ultimately coming to the right side. So, after this figure, opening bracket, it should be a closing bracket. So, after opening bracket, we should have a closing bracket. So, we can know that this should be a closing bracket. Where do we have this one? We have in this one and this one. So, this figure is rejected because both the opening and closing are in the same place. Same thing, here also it is rejected. And here both are opening. Here both are opening bracket. This is also rejected. So, the answer should be either 1 or 3. Now, let us see the bottom figure, we have a straight line followed by arc. And the straight line is moving forward one step at a time. Now it has moved to the extreme right. It was at the extreme left. It moved one step forward, 2 steps forward, 3 steps forward, and ultimately extreme right. So again it should come back to the starting point. And here is the figure where you have the straight line coming back at the starting point. So 1 is the correct option. As the square decreases in size, its parts increase in number. The square will become smaller and smaller, but it will be divided into more number of parts. Which figure follows the rule? Let us see. We have labeled them A, B, C, D. Now, B to C, parts decrease in number. See this one. The parts decrease in number instead of increasing. Reject. Here, this one and this one both have the same number of parts. Here also you have 2 parts. Here also you have 2 parts. The parts are not increasing in number. So reject. Here, correct. This is correct because the number of lines increase and the number of parts also increase. But still, let us check the figure D. Here, what do we find? C to D parts decrease in number. Here, if you count the parts, here there are more number of parts and here there are less number of parts because you have removed this horizontal line. So this is also reject. So the correct option should be 3. The closed figure loses a side and the open figure gains a side. Which figure follows the rule? The closed figure, which is the outer one, loses a side at each step, and the open figure, which is inside, gains a side at each step. Identify the figure which follows the rule. Let us see. Let's count the number of sides in the open and closed ones. Here we have 6, 5, 4, 3. Perfect. Here we have 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Still, let us check it. Here we have 4, 6, 5, 5. Count. It is 4, 6, 5, 5. So it's not progressively decreasing. 2, 3, 4, 3. Again, it's not progressively increasing. So this is rejected. This one, you have 6, 5, 5, 6. It's not progressively decreasing. Although 1, 2, 3, 4, it is progressively increasing, but the outer figure is not progressively decreasing in the number of sides. And the last one, 6, 5, 4, 3. It's okay. The outer figure progressively decreases, but inside you got 1, 2, 2, 5. 1, 2, 2, 5. Obviously not progressively increasing. It should be 1, 2, 3, 4 or 2, 3, 4, 5. It cannot be 1, 2, 2, 5. So it's not progressively increasing. It's not following the rule. So the only option you have got is number 1. Thank you. That was our video lecture on non-verbal reasoning for competitive examination. WhatsApp us, email us. We'll be back with more such videos. Till then, goodbye and best of luck.